Hi there, my beautiful subscribers. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Tina from tinahills.com bringing to you the update for the Scorpio new moon. And this is a very, very special new moon because it is in one of the most profound signs of the zodiac, that is Scorpio. And I'm so hoping that a ton of you will join me, although I did not really announce this live and it was sort of impromptu, but I feel that it is necessary right now to get to the crux of it and to talk about the upcoming lunation in great detail. Like I usually do, combining systems, mixing, matching, and bringing to you ancient wisdom in the best possible way for your consumption in the modern age. Okay, so this is a very beautiful new moon because it's happening on the 23rd degree. Now I have a very close association with the number 23, and it is associated with the lion, the heart of the lion, and the Leo constellation, by the way, the number 23. So it's a really beautiful moment of digging into our psyche. That's what Scorpio does. Scorpio is fixed water. Okay, fixed water. It is ruled by Mars. I mean, I take traditional rulerships into account, but oftentimes Pluto, being the higher octave of Mars, also holds as a good signifier for all things scorpionic and plutonic, because Scorpio is so much about death and regeneration. Okay, so it's a profound moment of just letting things go. What needs to go just needs to go at this point. We can't force it, we can't do anything to hold on to it. It's ruled by Mars in an yin expression. It's feminine, it's nocturnal, it's water. Okay, now Scorpio is a very peculiar sign because no planet is particularly exalted in the sign of Scorpio. So before I get to explaining the lunation, we'll talk a bit about Scorpio because it is one of my most favorite signs, and I want to talk a bit about Scorpio before I delve into the astrology. So the key to this lunation is Mars. It's a blessing from Mars that's going to come to us because when this lunation takes place, it's Mars who's in a station. Now, stationing direct because he's been retrograde most of 2020. Now, another thing that I want to say is that the station period of a planet is the most powerful. It's not when the planet is going retrograde, it's not when the planet is going direct, but when a planet is stationing. That is the most concentrated energy that I feel. It's just from experience that the station is really a very, very important point. So Mars is stationing at 1514 of Aries. Aries is the other sign Mars rules. So that's cardinal and fire, and masculine and diurnal. So it's interesting to see how this is such a Martian lunation, because Mars, being the ruler of this lunation, happens to be in rulership in Aries, and he's stationing direct, period. Okay, he's about to go direct and he's stationing. That is, he's slowing down in the skies, right? And when he's slowing down in the skies, he's most potent for us humans. And Mars has been very active this year. Actually, Mars has been very, very active. Now, this intensification of energy that we will feel with the Mars station, I think that this is a time when no clear decisions can be made. Even with the US presidential elections, there could be surprises. There could be last minute surprises. Okay, I don't know what, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble. But like I said, that there will be another lockdown, and many places are going into lockdown with this. And this station direct is going to be a rather profound moment of intensified energy with the Scorpionic new moon. Okay, so we're going to get a heavy dose of Mars, and Mars is very hot. Okay, and Mars cuts and burns. So, and a lunation in a Mars ruled sign, and anyway, we know that moon is exalted in Taurus, so it's in fall in Scorpio. Okay, although the moon does hold dignity because the moon is a triplicity ruler of Scorpio, because she rules the other sign, Cancer. So the third decan of Scorpio actually belongs to the moon where we are having the lunation. So it's a very profoundly lunar energy as well, moon and Mars. So I also made a video about the astrology of menstruation. These two planets are directly responsible for the feminine cycle, for birth, for procreation. Mars is our action principle. The moon is our womb, okay? And everybody has masculine, feminine polarities within, whether they, know it or not. It doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, in whatever body you are, okay? Now, let us talk a bit about Scorpio. Okay, so it's feminine. It's a nocturnal house of Mars, right? It's solid, rainy, fecund, destructive, downward trending, mute, servile, unchangeable because fixed, cause of stenches. So yes, Scorpio has a direct connection to bad, foul smell in ancient astrology. Many astrologers link that. Okay, Scorpios also have a very intense olfactory system, so the smells play a very important part in the Scorpionic journey as well. So, a destroyer of property, ecliptic, having many feet. Okay, this is very interesting, having many feet. Now, Scorpio per se, we've just had now. Okay, let's understand via combusta. So via combusta is 15 degrees of Libra to 15 degrees of Scorpio. It is known as via combusta, which means it's extremely hot. Okay, it's extremely hot. Okay, well, yes, I do have my Uranus in Scorpio, so I have a lot of Scorpionic energy, and Uranus being, a planet that rules astrology. So when I interpret astrology, yes, it's Scorpionic, or it's, attractive to Scorpios, I guess. So, we got that. It's a domicile of Mars. Okay, decan 3 is ruled by Moon and Venus. So there's this beautiful, profound feminine touch, a Cancer triplicity. Now, tarot card is 7 of Cups. Too many options. 7 of Cups is about too many options. Okay, and then ultimately it all becomes illusory, and you lose a grip of what's solid. Scorpio is very healing, okay? Very, very healing. It rules the organs of elimination and procreation. So it rules our Sacral Chakra. So it's very, very powerful. This is term 4 of Jupiter, okay, which is ruled by Jupiter, term 4 of Scorpio. I told you there are 50 terms in astrology. Term 4 is actually very lucky because it's talented, lucky, high priestly, and it's a very benefic term. So a new moon in this term of Jupiter in Scorpio is actually a very beautiful moment, because we've just had this via combusta with the sun, the moon, and the other planets were traveling via combusta, 15 degrees of Libra to 15 degrees of Scorpio, and the 19 degrees of Scorpio is a very potent degree called serpentis. Okay, it has an association with serpents. Now, serpents have been vilified in Abrahamic systems, but the serpent to somebody who is into tantra and yoga, the serpent is a symbol of the kundalini. So serpentis is the degree, 19 degrees. If you have any planets in 19 degrees of Scorpio, then that planet or that ascendant degree is on serpentis. And there's a direct connection to the eyes with serpentis, as even Al-Biruni points out. Okay? So, So it's a very, very auspicious term, thankfully. Now, let's get into a bit of Scorpio. I love discussing it. Now, Scorpio is the deepest part of the fall in the northern hemisphere, okay? And essentially, it's got a deep connection to ancestors, to spirits, to lost souls, okay? There's also a deep need to cleanse, to clean up, okay? We know that about Virgo. Okay, and I've also told you how Virgo and Scorpio were actually fused together. There were 10 signs in the ancient Babylonian system. Okay, then they broke it up, Virgo and Scorpio, and put Libra in the middle. Okay, as a signifier of the scales, the midpoint of the journey, the zodiacal wheel. Okay, now when you think of the northern hemisphere and you think of fall and you think of the harvest has been sown, the harvest is now ready to reap. So you cut your losses. Okay, it's a time of reflection. It's a time of, what needs to be cleaned, what needs to be dead, what is dead needs to be let go of. Okay, we've had a very powerful Day of the Dead in Mexico, which also coincides with Bhut Chaturdashi in India, which is also the same thing, veneration of the ancestors. Right now, so with Scorpio, we think about procreation, the organs ruling procreation and elimination. So this sign holds the key to creation as well as elimination. Okay, so you're creating here, you're also eliminating here. Do you see the beauty of that? Because it needs a discerning mind to truly understand what needs to be let go of and what needs to be, watered, so you know what to water and what to let go, what to weed out. This is very important in the scorpionic journey. Okay, so you preserve as well as you eliminate in Scorpio. Reminds me sort of like the archetype of Shiva, because Shiva also, according to me, is associated to Pluto. Pluto being the higher octave of Mars. Okay, and Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio. So it's a time when daylight gets shorter, and it's a time when nights are long, bringing in festivals of the Halloween, Bhuchaturdashi, Day of the Dead, and this nights becoming longer. I think that is why Scorpio was associated to death. Right, it scares us, the death card in tarot. If you look at it, it scares many people. It doesn't scare me, but it scares people. But death is just a cyclical process, okay? Just like life, death, waking, sleeping, dreaming. Now, Samhain is also celebrated on the day of Halloween. It was an ancient Celtic festival. Now, it's a night sign, it's nocturnal, it's yin, so it's a receptive energy, but it's ruled by Mars, who is a masculine. And no planet, I told you, is exalted in Scorpio. Some say, okay, Mars is exalted, but Mars rules Scorpio and is also the esoteric ruler of Scorpio, the soul ruler, okay? Now, Moon is in fall in this particular sign, although she has dignity in the last decan, which is Cancer triplicity. Now, the face of Scorpio, there are three faces of Scorpio. So, first to 10 is ruled by the three decans, also as they're called, is Mars. Second is the Sun, and third is Venus. Okay, now, so this is a very Venusian and a very lunar and a very Martian energy that I'm channeling right now. Okay, so as I said, that if you have any planets in the first 15 degrees of Scorpio, it's via combusta. So it's a very complicated karma those planets are born with, okay? With Scorpio, we see that thoughts and emotions are very compartmentalized. Many say Scorpios don't have any emotions. I say no, Scorpios have tremendous amounts of emotion, okay? There is a compartmentalization that we see. okay, which is again taken to another level in Aquarius. Now, the fourth house of Scorpio is again ruled by Saturn or Uranus because it's Aquarius. So Scorpio risings oftentimes have complicated home, family lives, okay? And of course, unconventional upbringing with that Aquarius fourth house, right? And partnerships are important to Scorpios. People don't realize it, and because Scorpios have this really cold, detached exterior. People may think they don't need a long term commitment, but they do because Taurus is that seventh house of marriage and interpersonal relationships. They need solidity, they need loyalty. Okay, that's definitely something to think about. Uh, Mars through yin sign operates very differently. Now, let's get to the moon lunation that's coming up, the new moon that's coming up, right? So we've seen that it's a very benefic term of Jupiter, the fourth term of Scorpio. And the by triplicity is ruled by Moon and Venus. So we've got all these beautiful energies playing out. Exaltation ruler is Uranus. Okay, in Scorpio, which planet is exalted? Of course, none of the main planets, but transpersonally, Uranus is exalted in Scorpio. Okay, now moon, why do we say that the moon, why should the moon be uncomfortable in Scorpio? It's because of all that too much emotion, okay, too much emotions. It's a very, water is dominant in this chart when I looked at it, and it's essentially cold, wet and moist, so very phlegmatic, the temperament of the lunation. So phlegm, all kinds of mucus and all of that is possible. Organs ruled by Scorpio: genitals, rectum, anus, urethra, genital glands, ovaries, prostate, pubic bone, and genes. So, taking care of your prostate health is actually very, very important for men because, it protects them from prostate cancer as well as hernia. So, keeping that area stimulated is very important. As well as genes. So, because Scorpio rules genes, you immediately see the association with ancestors because somewhere in Bhut Chaturdashi, the Day of the Dead, are all directly connected to ancestors. Okay, and the connection to ancestors, right? Now, Jupiter is conjunct Pluto, and this is a very, very powerful. This is the third time that this is happening this year. Please watch my video on Jupiter conjunct Pluto. And they are sextile the new moon. So sextiles are not that significantly charged, but they're very, very powerful. As in, they're very smooth flowing. So that's why I guess everybody cannot tap into the power because we are not pushed to do anything. So we just take it easy and we let it go. Okay, and the so let's talk a bit about Jupiter conjunct Pluto before I move on. So this happened three times: April the 4th, June the 30th, and this is the last time Jupiter is conjuncting Pluto. And I do attribute a lot of the significations of the coronavirus to this Jupiter and Pluto conjunction. Now, I seriously hope that there is a resolution coming, but I don't think so because there's another lockdown that's coming. That's what I predicted a while ago. Coronavirus is not going to go away no matter what anybody tells you. Our lives have changed forever. Okay? Now, Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is the term ruler as well. So, because Jupiter is and Pluto is a higher octave of Mars, so both of their conjunctions sextiling this new moon is very potent. Okay, Jupiter is masculine, day, hot and moist, Aries, sanguine, and is known as the Great Fortune, and he's related to justice. Okay, yes, I did. Uh, and it's connected to justice. Okay, and the left ear. Interestingly, my with Uranus transits, I always get affected with my companion animals, and my companion and one of my precious baby boy kitten, he's a kitty, and he had an operation in his ear, and I just discovered that there's malignancy in it. So it's mostly removed because there's nothing that can be done. He's also about 11 years old. So the left ear, and all of this is happening in his left ear, and the left ear is ruled by Jupiter. So this conjunction with Pluto can also bring about all these diseases, especially if this is happening maybe in the sixth house, or even in the first house, or even in the eighth house. Okay, it can bring up all these problems with the inflammation of the lungs. That's why I said coronavirus is connected to the Jupiter conjunct Pluto. Okay, this conjunction, trembling of the heart, cramps, all of this can be exacerbated. Although the aspect is a sextile, so it's not that brutal like a square. And Pluto is very paradoxical, it's very subversive, right? We've seen how, and Pluto and Neptune both rule viruses. So we've seen how the coronavirus has been such a subversive situation for us, right? It's shocked the world we live in. It's destroyed everything, complete metamorphosis. Uh, a lot of fear is associated with Pluto transits. A lot of fear. Okay, I read in a Facebook meme that fear is false evidence appearing real. So I think that was quite a good, understanding of the word fear. Now, we need to understand that Pluto doesn't want to destroy us, although it's atomic. But Pluto is a planet of healing crisis. So there is going to be a crisis that will be brought about, and our responses to how we grow, how we evolve with this Plutonic energy is going to take us to the next spiral of evolution. Okay? It's a breakdown energy, Pluto, because it's atomic, it's nuclear, it breaks it down. That's why I also associate Pluto to Shiva, because Shiva is the shivling is actually the shape of a nuclear reactor. I'm going to be making tons of videos on Shiva, the divine masculine, as an offering for Diwali. So, and of course, the 11/11 readings are coming up. So, a ton of you have booked, 39 people, and I'll be trying to complete all 39 in one day. So, all the best to me. Now, organized crime, oligarchy, all of this, I said that Pluto was taking Jupiter on a Plutonic journey of transformation. And this is the culmination, because they met once, then they met the second time when they're both retrograde, and now they're both going forward. So this is going to be a completely different energy that is going to come forth. And then after that, Jupiter leaves and meets Saturn. In Aquarius, 0 degrees of Aquarius, changing from Earth to air triplicity. Okay, profound. So Pluto and Jupiter is like Hades meets Zeus. Okay, so heaven meets hell. There's a lot of profound connection to our psyche and how it unfolds when Jupiter meets Pluto in the skies. Okay, so coronavirus, I think, is connecting to a place in between, which I also said before, that Jupiter is heaven, Pluto is hell, and the place in between is where we are stuck in limbo with the coronavirus. Pluto is also futurism, so there's a lot of futuristic energy that is coming forward, because ultimately 2024 Pluto enters Aquarius, and I mean, I don't think we will even recognize that world from today. That world of tomorrow, it's going to be so different, so different. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'll read all your comments later. Okay, I just don't want to get distracted. Sacral Chakra, the womb, all of this is getting active. Okay, and a lot of action is happening there, like past life memories are being triggered. I said Pluto rules genes, Scorpio rules genes. So past life memories are being triggered. Okay, epigenetic memories. Epigenetic memories, linger for 14 generations. So it's a very profound time of connection to the ancestors, and I've been feeling this very profoundly. You know, also a need to connect with the souls of people who've departed. You know, so if you've lost someone, you have this inherent need to connect to them at this time, and I completely understand it. There's also a time of lucid dreaming. Okay, so menstrual cycles can be triggered also with this, because I said Mars and Moon are two planets responsible for menstruation, right? Now, the most beautiful thing about this is that I read that there's a Hopi prophecy that says that peace will return to earth when women return their menstrual blood to Gaia. So, you know, when you're bleeding, if you actually return your blood uh, to a tree, it's actually a profound connection that you can have with Gaia, with the earth, and your womb can be directly connected. So, you know, oftentimes if you have problems with menstruation, this is a very good time to begin a healing cycle. Okay, where you return your blood. So if you're using, you know, cups, it's easy. So using cups is actually the best way to go. So if you're using cups, you can just store the blood and you can return it in a ritual on the new moon to the earth, to an old banyan tree or to an old, you know, oak tree. You return the blood. And the Hopi prophecy is true. Because if women connected to Gaia in a more profound way, there would be no war, because the feminine creates. Okay, uh, men can just hug a tree. Men can just surrender to the goddess within. As I've been saying to all of you that you know, we are men and women, I mean male and female within. I'm not just female. If you're a man, you're not just male. You have male female polarities within you. Okay, so that's very very powerful. Peace on earth is possible according to the Hopi people if women return their blood to the earth. Okay, uh, and the moon essentially is a messenger of the stars. Okay, and she transmits their virtues. Okay, and she takes the virtue of, say, one planet she meets and she transmits it to the other planet that she meets. So the moon is almost like Mercury is also the messenger, is known as psychopomp. And Mars helps you express yourself. The fire of Mars literally burns all the nonsense away, and you know, your hidden potential is brought to the forefront. uh, if you're in menopause, all you need to do is just connect to the earth. You know, everything can happen psychically. All you need to do is just connect to the earth and send the heart chakra and connect to the earth. So for girls or women who have problems with fertility, who have problems with, you know, sexual problems, or numbness of the vagina, or some kind of other problems like that, for them a ritual where you honor the cycle that is connected to the moon, that is connected to your ancestors, and you release that blood, it can be very uh, potent. So it's profound for you this moment. Okay, and you can really do a small little ritual. It's also Kali Puja that day, it's also Lakshmi Puja that day, so it's beautiful. Your hidden potential is brought out by the heat of Mars. Remember that. Very sexual energy this new moon, okay? And this Mars station, okay, very, very sexual. And here I'm reminded of Gustav Klimt's painting called The Kiss. I hope you guys have seen that, The Kiss. Okay, The Kiss is so rapturous, so ecstatic. Uh, you know, the embrace between the couple. when two become one, this rapturous exuberance that Klimt managed to capture in this profound painting called The Kiss is sort of metaphoric of this day. I mean, that is the painting of this day. Can we have the male female within? So the melting away of the male female within, surrendering to that cosmic pulse, and loving yourself. The Hyros Gamos takes place inside. The alchemical marriage takes place inside. Okay? That's also very profound. Shiva Shakti is inside. So, blatant sexuality in that painting, okay? Oh, wow, okay. Is symbolized by the melting away of the two figures. And it's like they tell us that salvation is possible. Salvation is possible in this ecstatic, rapturous moment where you find a nanosecond of pure bliss. All right, it's possible. Salvation can be had in the flesh. Okay, it's possible. Everything is one. Everything is consciousness. There's no depravity in the flesh. It's as sacred as spirit. We have to step beyond dualities, you see. That is the call of the hour, I think. Even the painting, the kiss itself, it's representative of a phallus. A phallus within the surrounding vagina. And I chose this painting because of Scorpio's association to the sexual organs. And these sexual organs create as well as eliminate. So preservation as well as elimination. You see how everything is cyclical. Everything is cyclical. Beautiful. The lovers melting into each other. So the Hyros Gamos takes place within, where the kiss takes place within. Okay. Now the new moon, it stimulates the clitoris. Okay, and I think it speaks about pleasure and power because of the Plutonic Jupiterian connection, that sextile to that new moon, that Jupiterian third term, that Venusian decan, the moon Venusian decan Cancer triplicity. It's beautiful. And Scorpio is very feminine. Okay, it's very feminine. It's almost like the clitoris herself, right? And in this new moon, we can focus on a sexuality that is erotic, that is more pleasure driven. Okay, it's not just for procreation, but it's driven by pleasure. It's a pleasure focused sexuality. Okay, now I know it may sound crazy to some, but the erotic has tremendous power. Okay, erotic as power. It's very, the sexual energy is what raises the kundalini. Keep that in mind. Okay, step beyond duality. Embrace the feminine inside. Allow the rapturous kiss to take place inside. Right. Eroticism can give us much energy to create change. This is something society doesn't acknowledge. Erotic is power. Okay? Now the sexual energy this new moon is sizzling. Okay? And it's conjunct the fixed star Agena. Okay, Agena, Agena. Agena is the nature of Venus and Jupiter. Again, Venus rules the Cancer triplicity with Moon, and Jupiter rules the fourth term of Scorpio, which is a very benefic term. Okay? But Alvida says that it is like Mars conjunct Mercury. But Agena gives pronounced sexuality. Okay? Now, with the Sun, the significations of Sun conjunct fixed star which is of the nature of Venus and Jupiter. Okay, mental activity, rashness, success, many friendships. Moon, sarcasm, bitter speech, and strong passions. So again, as one of the fixed stars, that are the signifiers in a natal chart for pronounced sexuality. Now, according to esoteric astrology, after many trials and tests, okay, the soul roars, that warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. Okay, and from a cosmic view, honestly, Scorpio relates to initiation. I've got a whole Scorpio list, so check it out. Okay, and it's about a major expansion in consciousness. Okay, that's why the scorpionic energy is so difficult, because it takes us to places we oftentimes don't want to go, but we are pushed to these places. It's uncomfortable, but thankfully this is a very benefic uh, term that's being, sort of uh, the energy is being provided by Jupiter and Pluto. But this can go two ways, right? It can create psychosis as well. Now, Scorpio is receiving energy from Sirius, okay, the Sirius star system, and it's so profound because Sirius is actually connected to the souls of this Manvantara and the Great White Brotherhood or Shambhala. Okay, all that information is from Sirius. Now, the moon functions here in her true nature. So she symbolically expresses as something which is dead. In esoteric astrology, the moon devours energy. Okay, so that's also very interesting. The moon is personality. And in the final victory in Scorpio, the ego is destroyed. Okay, the ego personality is entirely vanquished. I was going to make a video on Shiva about this, why Shiva has a crescent moon. Because the moon in Vedic astrology is the mind. Okay, so the moon is, when Shiva has a crescent thin moon, it's because he's conquered the mind. He's no more disturbed by the monkey brain. He's a Mahayogi, but a bit of the mind must be left for him to manifest this universe. So he has a crescent moon. It's very profound. So the moon being the symbol of personality is in fall in Scorpio, because Scorpio is about vanquishing, destroying the ego, destroying the personality. Many of us cannot even grasp this, right? How can Scorpio be about destroying the ego? Some of the Scorpios we know are so egotistical. But remember, the sun anyway has no dignity in Scorpio. So when we speak about a true Scorpio, we speak about Scorpio rising people. And we also have to notice where the Mars is in the natal chart. So if you have a Scorpio rising with Mars and Scorpio in the first house, yeah, you're very Scorpionic. Okay. So it's all about the placement of Mars. It's about looking at whether it's a day chart, it's a night chart, whether it's conjunct any malefics or not. Okay. So your Mars is directly feeding off Mercury. So don't forget, a sign has a domicile ruler, has a triplicity ruler, can also have a term ruler. So you've got to break it down into all of that and then discover which planets are playing an important role and how they are placed. For instance, I have Venus in Virgo. Venus in Virgo, women mostly don't do makeup. It's because my Mercury is in Leo, very close to that fixed star Regulus. So it's got that theatrical, way that I oftentimes dress. There are also times when I dress very simply. So it's really a profound a way to read astrology is, looking at the domicile rulers, looking at the exaltation rulers, looking at the term rulers, looking at which planets are in fall, looking at the fixed stars, looking at the nakshatras, of course. So the ego needs to be killed in Scorpio. That's the sting of the scorpion. That's why the moon, which is personality, is in fall, in the profound and deep sign of initiation, fixed water. Okay. Now the sun, moon are in Vishakha Nakshatra. Vishakha Nakshatra. Okay, no, I think it's just yeah. Okay. So the sun, moon are in Vishakha Nakshatra. That's a Libra. 2908 of Libra. The Lord is Jupiter. So again, we see a Jupiterian signature because Jupiter is also the ruler of the term, the fourth term of Scorpio, remember? And Jupiter is also sextiling this new moon, conjunct Pluto, who's the higher octave of Mars. Now, the ruling deity is Mitra. Mitra is the solar deity. And the moon and sun want moksha. So each nakshatra is divided into 4 padas. The 27 nakshatras, 4 padas make 108 padas. Each pada, there are 4 padas, and 4 padas have different meaning. So artha, kama, dharma, moksha. Artha is money, kama is desire, dharma is truth, moksha is liberation. So depending on which pada a planet is placed in the nakshatra, you understand what that planet is driven towards. So the sun and the moon in Vishakha nakshatra in pada 3 is motivated by dharma. So the question of justice will linger heavily in the air, the question of justice. Okay, and also in fixed stars, I think I did not mention Unal Kali is a fixed star Serpentis, 19 degrees, and that is a very malefic Unal Kali, very malefic fixed star that has already unleashed its potential. So it's up to fixed star Agena, who is the nature of Venus and Jupiter, to balance. And Jupiter is also the sidereal ruler of Vishakha Nakshatra. Okay, as well as Jupiter is the term ruler. As well as Jupiter is in its final conjunction with Pluto, who happens to be the higher octave of Mars. So you see how it's malefic means, benefic is good, malefic is bad. Okay, simplistically speaking. Positive, negative. Okay. Now, so this is the moon and the sun are being egged on by dharma, which is truth. Okay. The moon, the Vishakha is known as the moon of power. Okay, and it rules the navel and the arms. It's not an auspicious nakshatra for marriage. Okay, marriage is a no-no when the moon is here. Shiva rules Jupiter here. So again, a very profound Shiva feel, Pluto feel, okay? And the dosha of this particular lunation, dosha is again, I said the dosha is Pitta, Vata, Kapha. Pitta is heat, Vata is air, Kapha is water. Now, Pada 3 is the Gemini Navamsa. And this is ruled by Mercury. So there's a mercurial sign, mercurial energy as well. So communication can be very potent. Now Vishakha is a bridge between Libra and Scorpio. So we see how, we are being taken to another realm. Okay? We are taken to another realm by Vishakha Nakshatra. So the Vedic mantra Vishakha is very important. Om Indragni Agat Guam Sutam Varenyam Asya patam Gyoshita Om Indrani Byam Namaha. And the beach of Vishakha is Om Yam or Om Ram. Okay, so if you don't remember anything, you can just say Om Yum. Yum, yummy, yummy. So Om Yum. Om Yum. Okay, also I will teach you the Shiva, the Shivling Mudra. This is the Lingam Mudra. So Lingam Mudra, you can do Tratak with the Lingam Mudra. You can chant any Shiva mantra. Om Namah Shivaya, any Shiva mantra. Also, it's a very good day to do any kind of spiritual practices like pujas or havans, or get initiated into a particular vidya of any deity that you feel connected to and that you want to work with. Okay, so now we get on to the tarot. Okay, so quick messages really, because it's just pulled on for so long. Thank you to all those that were present and listened to this expose. So let's get straight to Aries. Okay, and Aries, interestingly, is when Mars is stationing. Okay, so Aries is where Mars is stationing. So it's very, very, thank you. Please share this video, guys. Okay, help me, spread my work, because I think it's time that people listen to, not astrology as though, you do Vedic or I do tropical, or, sun sign astrology. I think we need to, in the age of Aquarius, we need to understand astrology as a living, breathing organism. And I mean, if you like the work I do, you can send me a donation, you can share the video, you can support, you can follow me on social media and like my posts and comment on them. Much appreciated. Aries, we have the Eight of Swords, which sees you in a sort of a claustrophobic scenario, stuck up, unable to move, hinged in, caged in. Uh, you don't have all the answers, you don't have all of the, necessary equipment. I know I said equipment, necessary gadgets maybe to do what you want to do. And this is because of Mars being retrograde for so long, and that the presence of Chiron, and of course Black Moon Lilith was in your sign, with Aries being in your sign. It's been quite hard, Aries, but you will work this out, because Mars is stationing as we speak. I mean, in this lunation. And I think it's going to bring a lot of clarity for you. Okay. Yes, I do. I absolutely believe in twin flames, because I have done a lot of research on twin flames. So if you don't know that, hop over to my blog and check out my twin flame work. Scorpio, Taurus, you're juggling too many things, or you've got an option in front of you and you're not sure, should I take it, should I let it go? It's good, it's all good. Just allow flow be, and don't juggle too much. Okay, Gemini, let's see what we have for you, Gemini. Thankfully, your ruler Mercury is direct, and it's gonna bring a lot of clarity. This is the card of the lunation, actually. Seven of Cups. So interestingly, uh, too many options could spoil something for you, Gemini. You run after too many people or too many things or too many experiences, and you cannot ground one. So, that could be counterproductive. Cancer, what do I have for you? You may need to display your skills, your skill set, if it's a professional situation. You may need to, just if you're putting a proposal through, you need to, put it across properly, or get all the, cross all your T's, dot all your I's, make sure the presentation is perfect, because you may be called to you know, display what you have in the most raw sense. And the moon, your ruler, is very active in Scorpio because she is ruling herself by the decan system, the Cancer triplicity system. So this is, did we just, okay, did we, I think we did I pick up a card for Cancer? I just completely forgot. Did I do a card for Cancer? I don't know. Did I just do a card for Cancer? I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna choose this Cancer. You have an option. Okay, perfect. This is Cancer. So you have a choice in front of you, but you still don't have all the information. See how twos are popping up? We just had the Two of Pentacles and I just got a bit confused. That's why. So this is the card of Cancer. Two of Swords. You know, you've got to make a decision, but you're unable to make a decision as of now. So I suggest that you let this lunation pass, because hurrying something in this kind of a volatile situation with that Jupiter conjunct Pluto sextiling the sun and the moon, you know, Mars station. No, it's best to just sit tight, Cancer. Leo, okay, Leo. Sun is in a Scorpio, so it's not a very dignified place for the sun. So, you know, there could be complications with regards to that, and a lot of swords are coming through. So I see you moving away from turbulence. I see you moving away from turbulence. I see a sort of a cathartic feel of, you know, finally being able to leave behind what's not necessary, and go, you know, to greener pastures, or just find healing, move away from the turbulence. But there is more shadow work to be done, Leo. There's more shadow work to be done. Okay, now we move on to Virgo. I think Virgo, yes. Okay, so Virgo. It's a card of Mars, and Mars station could mean all the third house. Virgo really is not that bad. It's a cadent house, so you know, planets in the third house actually have to work very hard. So there's something about the sun and the moon and some information that comes to you that could literally throw you off guard. Okay, literally throw you off guard. And it could be complicated, Virgo. Okay, I'm a Virgo rising, so. Okay, Libra, let's see what I have for you. Thankfully, your ruler Venus is in Libra. So, thankfully for that, I have that video coming up, Venus in Libra, what to do in the bedroom. I hope to get that done quickly. Okay, whoops, I think this card just is falling out again. Libra. Yeah. So there's a choice, there's a path, there are two paths actually. So it's up to you to decide on that path, honestly, and you're unable to do that. You're like, do I go left? Do I go right? What do I do? You know, you're just unable to decide for yourself right now. And it's okay. You do not have all the information, Virgo. So what you're thinking is really bad, could be good. Libra, sorry, not Virgo, Libra. All right, now I'm moving on to Scorpio. The showstoppers of the hour, right? Wow, that's nice. I'm very happy for you, Scorpios. Queen of Pentacles, finally financial remuneration, something, you know, or even meeting a profound person, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, so you know, this could be a person that you meet, okay, who's a Virgo. I don't know why Virgo is just coming. It could be a Virgo. Some of you, this is financial, you know, culmination, something very positive, a payout of sorts, Scorpio. Wow, Queen of Pentacles. I'm so happy for you. So, so happy for you. Sagittarius. Now, your ruler Jupiter is active, active, active. And I'm going to be so happy when Jupiter leaves Capricorn position, fall position. Uh, yes. Who would be a Virgo rising? I am a Virgo rising, yes. Okay, so yeah, oh yeah, okay. Yes, she could. Very profoundly. Okay, so where were we? We were at it's Sagittarius, right? So okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what I have for you. All right, so this card has popped up again, and this is about you showing what you can do, your talent, and as I said, it could be about a project that you're doing, or it could be something you're working on for your office, and you have to just show your skills. You have to show what you can do. Okay, Sag, and the Jupiter is so active. It's profound. I will be happy when Jupiter enters Aquarius because Jupiter is the sole ruler of Aquarius in esoteric astrology. So I'm going to be really excited about that. Okay, now we move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, let's see. Saturn is very soon going to leave your sign. And again, this card popped up. Okay, so this is the card of the lunation, by the way. Seven of Cups. So this is something to meditate on. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many options spoil the whole plan. Literally. Okay, so don't fall into that trap. Just know how to balance and what to balance. Okay, what else? Aquarius. Fixed air Aquarius. How can I forget? All right, let's see. Let's get a new card, please. Hopefully a major arcana. We've not had many of those. Oh, the moon. Makes sense. The god of Cancer, the god of Pisces, the god of awakening, the god of Mary Magdalene, actually. Because if you look at this beautiful cathedral, I'm forgetting the name as of now, in Paris, and if you look there are two pillars, okay, and they have two crayfish. So the crayfish is actually the main symbol of Cancer, and the dog and the wolf, domestication versus instinctual knowledge, secrets buried. Moon is the embodiment of our secret, and the moon is in Scorpio. Okay, so very, very interesting. And as I said, the moon essentially is in fall in Scorpio, because the moon is our personalities, is this the sense of our mind. And Scorpio is about the initiation, the destruction of that meanness. This lunation has something special for you, Aquarius. Okay? Some things can be revealed. A profound connection can be made with women, because moon also symbolizes women. So profound connection can be made with women. Some Scorpios could get, Aquarius could get pregnant. Okay, if that's what you're looking at, the moon cycle, always this card has uh, that energy as well. Okay, now the last sign of the zodiac, and I'm about to go. And hopefully I will be doing a lot of videos, but I won't release them all. I'll release them slowly and steadily, but a lot of videos are coming up. I intend to do the series 1008 Names of Shiva and their meaning. So one name, one video, 3 to 4 minutes. Let's see how that works out. Wow, Pisces, yes, a new beginning, a new relationship, a new journey, a new friend, a new experience, something new is coming your way, Pisces. Are you gonna, embrace it? Because it could be fearful, but are you gonna let fear rule you, or are you gonna take charge? And are you gonna say no? I'm gonna, just take a chance and just let it go. I have a Pisces moon, So I want this reset. All right. So before I go, I send. I'm gonna have a transmission where I will send you energy for approximately 30 seconds. The palms are very powerful mediums of giving energy. Reiki, Tantra, all systems hold the hand as very, very significant medium of giving energy. So for the next 30 seconds, I will be transmitting to you my love and positive vibes and just overall chakra alignment, chakra balance, and may you find balance the scorpionic new moon. So 30 seconds of transmission begins now. Thank you. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And book a reading. 11:11. Many of you have booked a reading. And thank you so much. And I'm gonna be working from 7 a.m. I've got 34 readings so far. So it's gonna be like a packed day. Honest to God, it's gonna be packed, and I'm quite excited about it. Everybody who's booked for 11:11, I am. God bless all of you. Let us, channel our energy and take the world to its next stage. That's all I want. That's all. That's why I do this, to just to connect us all to the goddess within. And it's getting hard with all this polarization, with all this hatred. It's getting hard out there for people with the virus, with yeah, you would have to book a reading if you want a reading for $11, 11:11. If you want, you can book a reading. I've already got 34 people, so it's not going to finish in one day. But this 11:11 is a time when I offer my readings, which are usually $100 to $250. So it's not something that many people can afford. So I keep one day of the year where I like to give readings and healings to people, especially if you have a problem and you feel connected to my energy and you want to, know about yourself, about your journey, about what to do or not to do, and just have a companion. And I can be that companion for you, and that's why I'm here for you. So if you need anything, drop me an email, and subscribe if you haven't already. But subscribe, it really helps, and like, it really helps. And just you may even gift. You may even, it's $11.11 for a reading on 11/11, but otherwise it's usually $100 for a basic reading. It's tina@tinaheals.com. So TINA at tinaheals.com. That's my PayPal. So if any of you want to support, provide a donation. I'm looking to raise money to, get myself a Surface Pro and as well as a GoPro 9, because honestly, I need to upgrade my equipment. It's just, it's just one thing after the other for me, and it's just I never get to upgrade my equipment. So I wanted to do that and make some you guys. Yes, it is correct. So if you feel like donating, booking a reading or anything, please let me know. Also, when I come for these chats, there's like, I think, a tip jar or something that you could, tip whatever you like or something like that. I think it exists. It's called stamps. So see you. Much love, and yes, tinaheals.com. Not heads, and all small. So Tina at tinaheals, HEALS.com. It's a very easy email actually. Tina at tinaheals.com. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I have been with the same person for the last 17 years. So, it's thank you so much. That means a lot. Because if you give a tip or if you support in some way, it really helps. Yes, and the Tina Heals is together. It's not a separate word. It's together. So Tina, small Tina, at tinaheals.com. Okay, so 11/11, you can book a reading, you can give a donation, or you can book a proper detailed reading. You may gift these readings to people, because ultimately these readings will guide you to where you need to go, to what you need to discover about yourself. And I wish to be your companion in this, so we could journey together and discover so much. Thank you so much. It was just great being here with all of you, and see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this live, and I'll come back very, very soon. Thank you.